Hey guys, welcome back to ET Figure Unboxing, and in this video we're going to take a look at the SH Figuarts Ultraman. And here's the left of the box, and here's the right of the box, and here's the back of the box. And I'm not too familiar with Ultraman, and this might be my only one. And I think this is the first ever Ultraman they're doing with the SH Figuarts. They do have the deluxe version that comes with like the buildings and stuff, but I'm just not that into Ultraman, so I got a regular version. But let's not waste any more time and check out what we got. Alright, so here we have the figure itself, and he came with a fair amount of stuff. There's two pairs of hands, and a spectrum beam, and this clear plastic piece for you to, this is some kind of shield or something, I'm not too sure, but let's jump straight into the figure and see what we got. Alright, so here we have the figure itself, and off the bat, I'm gonna be really honest, guys, like, this figure feels really cheap. I feel like my money's not worth it at all. First of all, the quality control is not very good, and just look at this. Like, there's like a Gundam like line or something. I forgot what they call these for Gundams. Like, these lines are not trimmed properly or something. Like, it feels like they're mass producing these and they're using cheaper material. This guy doesn't feel like an SH Figuarts at all, even though like it's SH Figuarts. So I think they really screwed up on this one. Maybe it's just my figure, but his hip is really loose. Like, this is not SH Figuarts quality. Like, I'm just gonna show you guys right now. So I can actually swing it and it turns into like that. Like, that is not acceptable for SH Figuarts standard. Like, this is just how loose it is, you know? Like, this is extremely loose. I can't believe, like, they have figured with joints like this loose. Like, this is insane. I've never experienced this before. Like, even with this kind of joints. Like, even on some of my older Kamen Rider figures, let me just get my figures over here. Like, these are actually really tough. It's supposed to be really tough. And it's the same design. So I can't believe they screw up on this batch or something. Like, or maybe it's just mine that is bad, but like, this is really disappointing. Like, even this part of the ankle, like, this thing moves and it's like really loose. It does feel like a knockoff from China or something, and I'm pretty sure this is the authentic one. So I don't know, man. Like, let's check out the articulation and see what we got. So for the articulation, let's go over it from the neck down. He can look up and down, no problem. His key can actually look up pretty high. And this thing doesn't hinder his articulation at all. Like, see, there's like a clip in there that he can just like go in or something. So that's pretty cool. And he can turn his head, no problem. Yeah, no problem there. And the shoulder, the whole thing is just on a ball peg. He doesn't have a butterfly or anything. Like, the whole thing is like the older design. Like, the whole thing is like a really long ball. And you can swivel over here, so it kind of covers the joint when he's doing some of the pose. And he does have a bicep swivel. So this is like a newer design I've never seen. And that's pretty cool. And bicep curl, and his the ball joint on the wrist. And the ab crunch is actually really good. I was playing around with it, and this is a really good attention to detail. Like, if you bend it that much, you can actually see the paint over here. So yeah, that's cool. And yeah, again, the hip and the lower body is really loose. I'm really disappointed because it's loose, and the material just doesn't feel like an SH Figuarts. I don't know, but yeah, you guys seen this already. He can swivel over here. The swivel works fine, but the ball joint over here that's connecting the leg, it just feels really loose. Like, do let me know in the comments if yours is loose as well, or, you know, I don't know if it's the same for everyone. But yeah, the leg is like really standard. I'm just really disappointed with this figure, guys. Like, I don't know, but let's check out the accessories and see what. Alright, so for the accessories, he came with a pair of display open hands, and this is what he does in the show. He goes like, "Hah! Ha!" Yeah, that's so next up, he came with a pair of hands for him to perform the spectrum beam or karate chopping hands, or whatever you want to call it. It's pretty cool. And now I understand why they need the bicep swivel over here, because he has to do this. Yeah, this is very important pose for Ultraman, because he does this and then he shoots the spectrum beam. And let's check this one out. Alright, so next up we have the spectrum beam, and that does look really good. But then, again, my hip is really loose, so I don't know if he can hold this stand too well, just because it's so loose. But yeah, it still looks pretty cool though. Like, you guys can see how long this thing is. He can kill people from miles away. Spectrum beam man! Yeah, never mind. He doesn't really call out, but yeah, it's still pretty cool. Alright, so next up he came with a interchangeable chest piece, and this thing is really small, so I'm trying to focus right here. So this is when he runs out of energy, I believe. I did watch a little bit of Ultraman when I was little, so if I remember correctly, his chest gem turns red when he's out of energy, and that's right. So here we have him assembled with the gem, and now that I look at it, yeah, it's probably when he runs out of energy, because that doesn't look very healthy. Alright, so next time he came with this shield thing, but I've never seen this before, so do let me know in the comments if this is indeed a shield, but that looks pretty good. And let's jump straight into the size comparison. So for the size comparison, let's start with the Dragon Ball figures. And I'm sorry guys, I don't really have that much time today, so I'm just gonna do like a regular style size comparison instead of doing like those action poses. And yeah, this is what he looks like with the Dragon Ball figures, and that looks pretty good. So next up we have some SH Figuarts Avengers figures, and that looks pretty good too. And next up we have some SH Figuarts Kamen Riders, and that looks pretty good as well. And next up we have some more random SH Figuarts figure, and you guys should get a pretty good idea by now. He is actually on the smaller side though. So I don't know. I guess they really want to differentiate from Ultra Act, and I think I'm okay with it. And finally, we have some Figma from Max Factory, and they look very, very good together. And let's jump straight into the final thoughts. Alright, so for the final thoughts, I still think this is a pretty decent figure. I just happened to got a very bad one, so my reviews tends to be a little bit biased, just because I don't like how my figures have loose hip. I hate loose joints. Like, guys, I hate it. But yeah, for any of the Ultraman fan, this is definitely a interesting line, because again, they're smaller than Ultra Act and they're about the same size as SG Figuarts. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I do hope the line does well so they can release more cool Ultraman. I don't think this is my favorite design of Ultraman, even though this is like the most generic. I think my favorite one is the one where they have a little bit blue in it. I think it's Tiga or something. I don't remember the name, because again, I don't know anything about Ultraman in general. I've seen some movies of it, but I'm not like a regular fan of it. So yeah, I think that's it from me. And I know my videos has been pretty slow. I've been very busy with my personal life. I've been going to job interviews and stuff, and hopefully we can hear something good so I can keep the channel alive, because you know, this is a very expensive hobby. But for now, you know, like my video, subscribe, whatever. Follow me on Instagram. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.